Hey guys, I thought I'd do another video. Um, I get asked this question a lot, and people are kind of cranky when it happens. But that is, why does my coffee taste salty in the morning? Or why does my water softener make my water salty? And usually there's four reasons for that. Reason number one, the water softener regenerates at 2 o'clock in the morning. And if you get up in the middle of the night and you use the restroom or you come get a glass of water while the water softener is in the brine cycle of the regeneration, what you do is you draw water into the lines into the house, and that water is going to be salt water. So in the morning, what happens? First thing you do, you get up, you go to the bathroom, you flush the toilet. Then you go to the sink, and then you start pouring water into the coffee pot to make your coffee. That water typically is salty water. And so when you flush the toilet in the bathroom, you just draw more water closer to the house from where it's at. And put that water in your coffee pot, and voila, you've got salty water. Usually when you pour it in there and the water's pouring in your coffee pot, if it looks kind of murky or bubbly, that's an indication sometimes that there's salt in your water. Now the other time is when your clock on your water softener, like here for instance, I don't know if you can see it, but it says 3:50, and that's what time it is. Well, if the clock on your water softener is off because of power outages, then it's not going to regenerate at 2 in the morning. It might be regenerating at 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning while you're making your coffee. And so what happens is you go in there, it's in its brine cycle, you pour water into your coffee pot after you've used the bathroom and whatnot, got salt water in the lines, you got salt water in your coffee maker, you drink it, tastes terrible, ruins your whole day. And then perhaps you're taking a shower in salt water as well, and you feel like this is weird, but by the time you get through all that, more than likely the salt water has been run out of the water softener because you've used it for shower, to warm. You run the hot water to, until it gets warm, and so you're using more and more water, and then by the time you get there, you may not notice it, or at first you might think this is kind of funny, and then all of a sudden, oh, I guess it was just my imagination. Now the other one is your system's not working right. And what I mean by that is this: you have way too much water in your brine tank. And so what happens is, by the time the water softener pulls all that salt water out of your brine tank and into the salt tank, into your water softener, what happens is it runs out of time. You get about 60 minutes to do the brine cycle. That means draw all the salt water out and then run some rinse water over it. And then after that, there's another rinse cycle to keep that from happening, the salt getting in the house. But sometimes you just never know. So usually that's a problem with the water softener. And I think I've seen that one time since I've been doing this, and I started doing this in 2005. So that's 12 years. I think I've seen that happen once. And the other thing is, why you might have salty water, your drain line, on the inside, right where your drain line connects to your water softener, there's a little rubber gasket, and it's got a little tiny hole in it. And that little tiny hole could be plugged with something that got inside your water softener. It's weird. I'm telling you, I've taken water softeners apart, and I've seen metal inside water softeners. I've seen like a debris kind of stuff inside water softeners. It's crazy what I've seen inside water softeners, and something you get in there and just plug it up and keep it from backwashing like it's supposed to. So on occasion, just to check the health of your water softener, you can push your regen button and hold it, and then when it starts to backwash and regenerate, go to where it drains out, if you can do this, and watch. And if it's blowing out nice and fast and quickly, then your water softener is running healthy for the most part. And I'm going to do another video on how do I know if my water softener is working correctly. But you can do that and then press the regen button, or if you've got a Fleck Econominder 5600, just turn your little knob until you get back to the service position. But the first thing you want to do is put it in backwash and see if it's coming out. If it's coming out fine, then you're okay. And I've only seen that happen one time. So typically the problem is somebody got up in the middle of the night while it was in the brine cycle and flushed the toilet or got a drink of water. The timer's off, which is the second biggest reason why you get salty water. Thirdly, there's too much water in the brine tank, and like I said, I've seen that one time. And then the last reason is because something's plugged up the drain line, and it's really called a drain line flow control valve. But in any case, if you've got salty water, just run the faucet a little bit, and it'll run it all out of the lines, and you'll be okay after that. All right. So if this video was helpful, please like it, give us a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed to all of our videos or to our channel, please do so. And you can really do us a big favor, is down there where it says share, click the share button, and then it's got a little URL for YouTube. Highlight that, post it on your Facebook page, so all your friends who have water softeners can have an understanding of why they have salty water, because there's no other reason to have salty water except for those four.